Welcome, precious gem hunter. Picture this. You're deep in the jungle, surrounded by trees, the sounds of nature all around you, and all you need to do is observe the termites and ants around you. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that these tiny creatures can lead you to diamonds? It sounds like something out of an adventure movie, doesn't it? But it's real. And in this video, you're going to discover exactly how these insects, which usually go unnoticed in our daily lives, can be your guides in the search for the planet's most valuable minerals. Stick with me, because you're about to be amazed by what you're about to learn. Before we dive in, take a moment to think. What if the secret to finding diamonds wasn't in fancy technology or expensive equipment, but in the nature around you? That's right. Termites with their meticulously organized colonies and ants with their tireless search for food hold valuable clues about where these earth treasures are hidden. Now, imagine having that knowledge in your hands, applying it directly to your own territory without the need for drilling machines or sky-high costs. This isn't just a possibility. It's the key to finding what many spend a lifetime searching for. You might be wondering, is this really possible? Get ready, because in this video we'll show you how to apply this simple yet effective technique with practical examples and a step-by-step guide so you can start identifying these natural signs and maybe even become the next person to discover a hidden treasure right beneath your feet. Let's go. Now that you're intrigued, let's dive a little deeper into how diamonds make their way to the Earth's surface. Geology, the science that studies the Earth's structure, has shown us that diamonds aren't scattered randomly all over the place. In fact, they form at great depths, about 150 to 200 kilometers below the Earth's crust. But how do they get to the surface, where we humans can find them? Well, the process involves volcanoes and violent eruptions that bring these treasures back to the surface through a substance called kimberlite. Now imagine this. It's not just the forces of nature helping to bring these diamonds to us, but also these tiny creatures of nature, like termites and ants, signaling where these precious minerals might be. So how do these insects fit into the picture? The answer lies in the connection between their behavior and the geological process. Termites and ants, for example, dig holes in the ground and create mounds. By doing this, they end up revealing clues about what lies beneath the earth. And this is where science comes in. Research has shown that by studying termite and ant mounds, we can identify the presence of rare minerals, like diamonds, in the area. This is the starting point for many geologists and treasure hunters who have started using this method as a cheaper and more efficient way to locate mineral deposits without having to rely on the expensive traditional drilling processes. You might be wondering, how can this be useful in practice? Well, the answer is simple. The technique of observing these mounds not only saves time but also reduces the cost of mineral exploration. And the best part is that anyone can learn to spot the signs. Over the next few minutes, we'll show you how you can apply this knowledge to your own land or area of interest, creating a direct connection to the science behind this practice. Stay tuned, because the journey is just beginning. But before we continue, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The knowledge I'm about to share with you is extremely valuable. Now that you understand the geological process and how diamonds make their way to the Earth's surface, let's dive deeper into the technique that connects this scientific knowledge with a simple and effective practice. Scientists have discovered that termites and ants, when building their mounds, do more than just store food or create shelter. They're also digging and disturbing the soil, which ends up revealing clues about the minerals present in the ground. It's as if these tiny creatures are the first to identify where the treasures are hidden. The thing is, By studying these colonies and their mounds, we can detect the presence of substances like kimberlite, which is where diamonds are typically found. This is a real game changer for mining, as we can now use insects as natural alerts to locate areas rich in precious minerals. The identification process isn't complicated, but it does require attention and patience. Research and studies show that by observing the areas where these insects are most active, we can analyze the composition of the soil around these mounds and map out potential areas for exploration. Imagine you're in a rural area and you come across a termite mound. The next step would be to collect samples of the soil around it and analyze its composition, looking for minerals that indicate the presence of kimberlite, for instance. This method has proven effective, not only because it's practical, but also because it reduces the need for heavy, expensive equipment that can be harmful to the environment. This technique, although simple, has shown impressive results. Countries like Australia, where diamond mining is an important industry, have been using these methods in conjunction with traditional technologies. And the best part is that this practice is within reach of anyone. If you're interested in searching for diamonds or other precious minerals, this is the perfect time to start. Let's explore next how you can apply this in your own land, identifying signs in nature that could be hiding treasures waiting to be discovered. Don't go anywhere. The most exciting part is yet to come. But before we continue, drop a comment below and let me know what you think of the content so far. Now that you understand the modern technique behind searching for diamonds with the help of termites and ants, let's take a step back and explore the history of this practice. Surprisingly, the concept of using the behavior of these insects as a guide to finding precious minerals is not a new idea. Ancient cultures, especially in some regions of Africa, were already using this method, even before the scientific principles behind it were understood. Tribes in mineral-rich areas like South Africa noticed that certain mounds made by ants and termites were often found in areas where deposits of gemstones and precious metals could be found. This wasn't just an instinctive practice. It was a deep, empirical knowledge passed down from generation to generation, helping these communities locate natural wealth more efficiently. This traditional knowledge was, in a way, abandoned during the rise of modern technology. However, in recent years, scientists have started revisiting these practices, realizing there was much value in using them as the foundation for modern mineral exploration techniques. The connection between modern science and these ancient practices was the turning point. What was once considered a practice of intuition and observation of the forces of nature is now seen as a scientifically valid methodology. Using termite and ant mounds is no longer just a cultural tradition. It's a proven method, supported by research that validates the use of these animals as geological indicators. It's fascinating to see how modern science has managed to bridge the old and the new to create something more efficient and accessible. By recognizing the value of the empirical knowledge passed down through generations and validating it with today's technology, we've not only preserved a traditional practice, but enhanced it. So, more than just a technique, the use of termites and ants in the search for precious minerals represents the fusion of two worlds, ancient wisdom and scientific innovation. In the next section, we'll explore how this technique is being applied in today's world and how you can use it to make your own discovery. Now that you have a clear understanding of how the technique works and its scientific foundation, let's dive into how it's being applied in practice. In the United States, for example, researchers are using termite and ant mounds to map areas rich in precious minerals like diamonds, with an approach that, until recently, seemed like something from a distant past. Instead of relying on traditional, expensive and time-consuming methods like drilling with heavy machinery, they're using this innovative technique to identify potential mineral exploration sites more economically and efficiently. The secret lies in simplicity. By analyzing the mounds built by these insects, scientists can spot patterns and signs of precious minerals in the soil beneath them. This method is not only revolutionizing mining, but also providing tangible results that are worth exploring. The major advantage of this technique is its efficiency and low cost. In states like Colorado and Arizona, where mineral exploration has been a cornerstone of the local economy, scientists have begun observing how termites and ants can indeed be their best allies. By studying the areas where these insects build their mounds, research teams have discovered that these sites are often rich in kimberlite, the material where diamonds are typically found. As a result, instead of spending millions of dollars on deep drilling, researchers are now using a more targeted and cost-effective approach. This method has proven so effective that large mining companies are beginning to integrate it into their exploration processes, saving resources and reducing environmental impact, a crucial factor in today's world. Additionally, this method is not only cheaper, but also much faster. The time that would be spent on intensive drilling is now redirected to the detailed analysis of these mounds. This means that discoveries of promising mining sites can be made in record time, which can make all the difference in market competitiveness. For those looking to apply this knowledge, observing ant or termite mounds in areas known for their mineral-rich geology could be the first step. This technique is accessible to anyone with the interest and patience to investigate. Now, with this in mind, let's explore the ways you can begin applying these discoveries on your own land. Don't miss the next step, where we'll share practical and detailed tips on how to identify and investigate these areas with precision. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button now. It's time to turn this knowledge into action. You can start applying this technique right on your own land or area of interest. And the best part is, you don't need heavy equipment or huge investments. All you need is a little patience, attention to detail, and the willingness to explore. So what's the next step? Simple. Start by observing the areas around your house or property. If you notice ant or termite mounds, don't ignore them. These little mounds could be your first hint that something valuable is hidden in the soil. But remember, success here depends on being thorough and patient. After all, every mound has its own story to tell. Now, how about taking it a step further? Instead of just observing, start collecting soil samples from around these mounds. These samples can be sent for analysis, and you can check for the presence of precious minerals like kimberlite. Over time, as you gather more knowledge about this technique, you'll be able to identify the best areas to focus your exploration. Don't worry if you don't find diamonds right away. The important thing is that you're using an accessible and scientific method that has the potential to lead you to something amazing. And remember, the journey of mineral exploration is filled with learning and discoveries. Finally, for those who really want to dive deeper, we offer a complete ebook, packed with detailed information and practical tests you can do at home. By purchasing this material, you'll get access to a series of tips and advanced techniques for identifying and exploring precious minerals right on your own property. I've left the link for it in the description of this video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more videos with valuable tips on this and other mineral exploration methods. Let's continue this journey together in search of hidden treasures. Don't miss your chance to turn this knowledge into reality. I'd also like to recommend the video that's now showing on your screen. It'll guide you even further into the world of gemstones. See you there.